Well, hello, I'm Chaz, and welcome to another video on fixing stuff. And today's fixing stuff is like a two-part. I've already actually done a repair on this, which is a Samsung laptop, model number NP-R60Y, quite an old laptop. And it was given to me a couple of years back because it wasn't booting up properly, and it was doing all kinds of funny things. It would boot up sometimes, and then sometimes it wouldn't, and then sometimes something else would appear on the screen. It was really quite weird, and I've worked out what that was, the weirdness. But I managed to identify where the problem was and fix it. So I did start doing the dismantling and checking and testing video, and then my computer that I had OBS on started to crash, and the camera went a bit screwy. So I thought, right, let's start again. Completely remastered the computer with a new issue of Windows 10 2004, a new camera for the face, reorganized the camera above, which is an old Logitech webcam, but it's got zoom on it, which is useful. Not bad, £7 from Florence Nightingale charity shop. And this particular, I also sorted out a microphone as well to get reasonably quality sound. So it's a little bit, it's not perfect, but it's better than it was, that's for sure. And let me show you the fact that it is now working, and then I'll edit the video. And you can see the bits where I was taking it apart and how I was working it. So I knew that the mains adapter was okay because the power light was on, and it didn't go out, so there was no shorts in the power supply when you booted it up. But what was happening, and on the front of the computer I can show you, and hopefully you will see, there are a series of lights down the front here. One here is to tell you that there is power going in. It's like a little battery symbol with a light on. Then there's the power light, and then there's the Wi-Fi, hard drive, and two locks and three little padlocks. I don't honestly know what they do because I haven't got a user manual for it. So, but anyway, what would happen is you would plug the power in, as I'm going to do now. And if I can find its socket, there it is, and the little green light comes on there to show you. If I zoom into that quickly, zoom into that, so you should be able to see. Focus isn't brilliant at this distance, but you should certainly be able to see there is a green light there. Now when you press the power key, which is just here, what would happen is that this light would come on, the power light, so it's showing that the power supply is being switched on internally, which is good. It's a good indicator. Then occasionally all the other lights would flash, and it would boot and post because it had the hard drive out, and the Wi-Fi light would come on, and you'd see no operating system found. Brilliant, I thought, great. Tried various things and it would come and do that and whatever. The curiosity of this is that it's got an AV program built into the OS, into the BIOS. So if you press that one, it also started it up, but it came up with like an AV. Well, you could use it as a media player. Weird on a laptop, but anyway, there we are. So eventually found the fault. So now if we press the power button, you see the blue light comes on, hopefully. Hard drive flashes, and you should see very quickly those lights just flashed. And now we can see that it will boot up into Linux Mint Cinnamon, which I've just installed on an old spare hard drive. And it actually all boots up and works fine. So what we've got here today is a Samsung laptop, and I've had a look at it a couple of times, and it does in fact boot sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, and it's quite interesting what it does. Original power supply, so I know the power supply is okay, and I've checked that current and voltage wise. So we're going to power it up and see what it does. It's been sat on the shelf for a couple of years at least. and hopefully we should be able to see something. Right, okay, having gone dismantled, and let's try again. We've fired it up once and it booted up, and we got something on the screen which didn't quite make sense. Still haven't worked out what.
And it was at this particular point in time with the OBS computer throwing silly wobblies that I decided, right, stop that and just get on and do the repair. So what I did is I went onto the internet and I did a lot of searching for failures to boot on this particular machine, and almost every single time I found some sort of reference in a forum or some help site or whatever, it says it's the GPU. You know, the problem is with the GPU. So I looked at the GPU and I decided, what am I going to do? And did further research, and I thought, well, yeah, I've got nothing to lose. I've got two choices. I can either try and find a replacement GPU and fit it. The other alternative was to try the old oven bake. So I thought, why not? Let's give that a go. So I took everything off, unclipped as much as I could, took the processor off, took the shielding off, took the bits of plastic off, and basically laid the whole motherboard onto a sheet of tin foil, folded that round it, and folded some other bits around it, so that the only bit that was really visible in the open, as it were, was the GPU. And I then turned the oven on to 200 degrees, sat it in there on the shelf for 10 minutes, and then when that 10 minutes was up, I turned off the oven, opened the door, let it cool down as naturally as possible. Then once about another 10 minutes had passed, took the whole thing out, laid it on the worktop, folded open the foil, and just basically let it cool down completely. And once it had completely cooled down, I refitted all the bits and pieces that I'd removed and put it all back together. And guess what? It worked. So there we have the repair of the Samsung laptop, and getting it working with a good old Linux Mint. And hope you've enjoyed the video, and there'll be more to come. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, take care, keep well, keep happy, keep watching.